Hi, Vanessa here. In this video I am going to demonstrate how to crochet this lacy cluster stitch. Okay, so you have clusters right here in this column and this column, and then you have your open work here. Okay, so for this video I am going to be using Lion Brand's Heartland yarn. This is 100% acrylic, and this is the color Yosemite. It is a category 4 worsted weight, and it recommends a 6mm crochet hook, but I'm going to use a 6.5, and that's only because my lovely pup chewed this up recently and it's a little rough and it hurts the inside of my hands when I use it. So I'm gonna have to replace that one. So I'm going to use, I'm going to use a 5.5. Okay, so I'm going to use a size I. So this is 5.5. I think that would work better. It doesn't really matter. Just use whatever you'd like or whatever is appropriate. Okay, so let's get started. For this pattern, you're going to need to chain in multiples of 6 plus 2. So I'm going to chain 18 plus 2, so 20 stitches. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I have 20 stitches, and there is 2 rows of foundation rows. So foundation row 1, I'm going to start with 1 single crochet into the second chain from the hook. That's the first one right there. That's the second. So 1 single crochet into the second chain from the hook, and then in each chain across. Okay, so you're just working 1 single crochet into every chain across. Okay, so this is the last stitch here. Okay, so that's your first foundation row. Now we're going to turn our work, and this is your foundation 2. Okay, so you want to chain 1 and then 1 single crochet into the first and second stitch. Then we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to skip 3, okay, skip 3 stitches, and then single crochet into the next stitch. Okay, so now we're going to work a cluster stitch into the next stitch. Okay, it's a 4 double crochet cluster, and to work a 4 double crochet cluster, you're going to yarn over and then insert your hook into that next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you're going to yarn over and draw through 2. And you're going to do that 4 times. So again, yarn over into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, again, yarn over into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and one last time, yarn over into the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and you're going to pull through 2. Okay, so now you have 5 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Okay, now you want to work 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then repeat, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and work 1 single crochet into the next. Okay, now we're working another cluster. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, so you're going to do that 3 more times. Okay, that's 2, 3, and 4. With 5 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 5. Now 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and when you work your single crochet, it pushes the clusters forward or into the back. That's actually the right side. Okay, so we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then skip 3, and then we're just going to work 1 single crochet into the last 2 stitches, which matches the first part of this row when we work 2 single crochets here. So you want to end with 2 single crochets on this side. Okay, so now we're ready for row 1 for the 2 row repeat. So row 1, you want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then work 1 double crochet into the next stitch. So this counted as a stitch, so you do not want to work into that very first stitch. You're going to work your double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, so now you want to work 3 single crochets into this chain 5 space here. Okay, insert your hook right into the space, work your first single crochet, your second, and your third. Okay, so now into the single crochet and the cluster and the next single crochet, we're going to work 1 double crochet in each of those 3 stitches. Okay, so the first one is this single crochet on the right, and then right at the top of the cluster, it's going to be a longer stitch. Well, it will appear longer. We're going to work 1 double crochet right on top of the cluster, and then 1 double crochet into the single crochet on this side. Okay, so we're at the chain 5 space, 3 single crochets into the chain 5 space. Okay, we're back at the cluster, work your 3 double crochets, 1 in each of the next 3 stitches. Okay, we're at the chain 5 space. You want to work 3 single crochet stitches. Okay, so now we're at the end, and we're going to work 1 double crochet into the last 2 stitches, into each of the last 2 stitches. Okay, and that's your row 1. Okay, so row 2, we're going to chain 1, turn, and work 1 single crochet into the first 2 stitches. Now we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 single of the 3 double crochets here, you're going to work 1 single crochet into the first stitch. Now we're going to work 1 cluster into the second stitch. Remember, we're working a 4 double crochet cluster. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through all 5. Into the next double crochet stitch, work 1 single crochet. Okay, chain 5, 1 single crochet into the next double crochet stitch, a 4 double crochet cluster into the next stitch, and you can go back to when I demonstrated this stitch slower. Okay, now 1 single crochet into the next stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to work 1 single crochet into the next double crochet stitch, and this turning chain here counts as a double crochet. So right at the top of that turning chain, work 1 single crochet. So that is pretty much it. You're just going to repeat row 1 and row 2 until you're happy with your size. So I'm going to go ahead and work a few more rows and show you what it looks like. Okay, so I worked a few more rows and I stopped at row 2, which is the cluster row. Okay, so I think working just single crochets across would be a nice finish. So chain 1 if you want to follow the same method of finishing the top. Okay, so I'm going to work 1 single crochet into the first 2 stitches. Okay, and then just like before, I'm going to work 3 single crochets into the chain 5 space. And then instead of working double crochet stitches, I'm just going to work single crochet stitches over the next 3 stitches. Okay, so repeat that, 3 single crochets into the chain 5 space, 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches, 3 single crochets into the chain 5 space, and then into the last 2 stitches, 1 single crochet into each of the last 2 stitches. Okay, so I like how that looks a lot better. It matches your foundation down here. Okay. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It has your clusters here, so little baubles, and there's open work in between. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. See you next time.